Hello everyone, my name is Arav Samal and I'm the Vice President at the Youth Code Foundation. In this video, we'll be discussing YouthCodeX, the structure, the prompts, the prizes, and how to submit your projects. First up, let's discuss the structure. Now this slideshow will be shared with all of you guys, so you're free to look back at it at any time. Now here's the schedule for the event. The event starts at 8 a.m. with the check-in and opening ceremony, and our first guest speaker, Kunal, will be discussing what you should think about when participating in a hackathon and how to further your project. Then at 9 a.m., the actual hackathon begins with coding, and from 9 to 5 is when you guys are allowed to code and work on your projects. At 5 p.m., the coding time ends, and that is when submissions are due. Between 9 to 5, every 2 hours, for 30 minutes, we'll have Q&A sessions where you're free to join one of the 2 Discord channels and ask your questions. If you have any questions outside of the Q&A sessions, you're free to ask them in the Q&A chat like you've been doing for the past week or so. Now at 5 p.m. the hackathon ends, and from 5 to 5:30 we'll have a small break where you're free to go drink some water, get a snack. At 5:30 we all come back for our first guest speaker of the afternoon, Sandeep, who will be discussing cybersecurity in the age of cloud. Then 6 to 6:15 we'll have another break, and at 6:15 for again up till 6:45, guest speaker number 2, Ridhima, will be discussing uncovering the needs of your users through design and thinking. Then at 7 to 7:30, Dominic will be discussing problem evaluation. 7:45 to 8:15, Ashok will be discussing how solving the problem is only 30% of coding and what that other 70% is. And then at 8:30, we'll have that Q&A session for Kunal, where you can ask him about his experience in hackathons. Next up, let's discuss the prompts. So as you know, YCF has our 5 pillars of growth: agriculture, business, education, engineering, and sports. Each pillar comes with its own 2 prompts, which you will pick to solve. But if, let's say, you don't like any of the prompts, you're free to make up your own as long as it falls under one of the 5 pillars. Now that's the general section, and the prizes for the general section are as follows. For first place, you'll receive the Innovators Excellence Award, where you'll be receiving networking opportunities with entrepreneurs from Fortune 500 companies, free entrance into business competitions such as Blue Ocean and the Paradigm Challenge, and also a personal meeting with an esteemed finalist from the Blue Ocean competition who will guide and support your team. You'll also be receiving an internship with the Youth Code Foundation's Global Teaching Program, where you'll work along our team and teach coding skills to youth from diverse backgrounds across the globe. And lastly, you'll receive tickets to the Propelify Innovation Festival, which is in October in Hoboken, New Jersey. Second place, the Innovators Achievement Award, will receive those networking opportunities with entrepreneurs from Fortune 500 companies, along with free entrance into business competitions such as Blue Ocean and the Paradigm Challenge, along with a personal meeting with the esteemed finalists from the Blue Ocean competition. And lastly, third place receives the Emerging Innovators Award, where they will receive the networking opportunities with entrepreneurs from Fortune 500 companies. Now for our sponsored challenges. YCF has many sponsors, and 2 of them, Medlet and Verbwire, have kindly offered to sponsor their own challenges. First up is the Medlet Challenge. Medlet have asked you to create a powerful D-app or Web3 application that has the potential to significantly impact the healthcare industry or the lives of the general population. Their prizes are as follows. For first place, you'll receive an opportunity to interview for an internship with Medlet, along with a $20 gift card for each team member. Second place will also receive that opportunity to interview for an internship, along with $10 gift cards for each team member. And third place will receive an opportunity to internship for Medlet. And for the Verbwire Challenge, they have asked you to create a simple application that leverages blockchain technology for social good. Their prizes are as follows. For first place, an opportunity to interview for an internship with Verbwire, $25 US gift card for each team member, and Verbwire API credits for the whole team. Second place receives a $25 gift card for each team member and Verbwire API credits for the whole team. And from third place to 20th, you'll receive Verbwire API credits for the whole team. Now, to enter the Verbwire Challenge, your project must use the Verbwire API to solve their problem. Now for the rubric. Now if you click here, it'll take you to the rubric, which can be viewed here. The rubric has 5 criteria: creativity and innovation, technical implementation, impact and relevance, user experience, and then presentation and communication. First up, creativity and innovation. Exceptional, you can get 10 out of 10 on this. Your project idea is a one-of-a-kind solution. It's something that we have never seen before or we would never think of. Now for 7.5 points, you'll get the project idea is very unique and demonstrates advanced innovative thinking. For 5 points are adequate, The project idea is based on an already existing solution but has been modified a decent amount. 2.5 points, the project idea is based on an already existing solution that has just been slightly modified. And for 0 points, your project idea is an exact replica for an already existing solution. Now you can get points in between, like between 7, you can get 8 points, you can get 6 points. It's not subject to just these. Next up is technical implementation. For 10 out of 10, your solution is feasible and profitable, and it can be rolled out within the coming months. In other words, your solution can be put into a business immediately. For 7.5 points, the solution is feasible and profitable and can be rolled out within a year or two. For 5 points, the solution is feasible but may not be as profitable, and it can be rolled out within the coming years. For 2.5 points, your solution may not be that feasible or profitable, and it could be rolled out within the coming years. And for 0 points, your solution is not feasible nor is it profitable. Next up is impact and relevance, which determines how helpful is your project in the real world. So if your project solves a very common problem or improves an existing problem significantly, you'll get 10 points. If it solves a slightly common problem or somewhat improves an already existing process, that's 7.5 points. If your project solves a slightly rare problem or does little to improve an existing process, that's 5 points. If your project solves a quite niche problem or does little to improve an existing process, that's 2.5 points. And lastly, if your project does not solve a problem or the problem that it solves is very, very rare and it doesn't improve an existing procedure at all, that is 0 points. Next one is user experience, which is the UI. For 10 points, your UI is well thought out, it's easy to navigate and it's easy to understand for the user. For 7.5 points, your UI is okay, it's not the cleanest, but it's easy to navigate and still easy to understand for the user. For 5 points, the UI is, again, okay, but it's only somewhat easy to navigate and understand for the user. There may be slight confusion. For 2.5 points, your UI just doesn't look good, and it's not easy to navigate, nor is it easy to understand for the user. And lastly, at 0 points, the UI does not look good, and it's not easy to navigate and understand for the user at all. And lastly, presentation and communication. Now, for your project, you must submit a video, which is what the user experience section and the presentation and communication section are both graded on. If you do not submit a video, then your project will be disqualified immediately. So make sure that you film that and submit that. We'll discuss how to submit your video later. Now for presentation and communication, that video that you submit clearly shows the project working, the voiceover is clear, and it goes in depth on the technologies used in the project. For 7.5 points, your video submitted shows either the project somewhat working or does not clearly show the project app working. For example, there are video cuts, and the voiceover is somewhat clear and you don't really go in depth on the technologies used in the project. For 5 points, your video does not show the project clearly and the voiceover is quite broad. For 2.5 points, the video does not properly show the project and there is no voiceover. And obviously if you don't submit a video, then you are disqualified. Now, let's look at the demo video requirements. So remember, these videos are pitches. You're pitching your solution to the judges, so make sure that you explain why your idea is the best option. Explain the technologies that you use in detail. Make sure you cover everything that is important. Make sure it's concise, but you cover everything that you need to. Don't leave anything out. Make sure your video is clearly showing the whole app. Make sure it doesn't cut and skip some parts that may be important for the judges. Please upload your videos onto YouTube and share that link in your submission. And then lastly, please note that without a video demo, your project will be disqualified as mentioned before. Now remember, there are 2 ways that your project can be disqualified. The first one, obviously as mentioned, if you don't submit a video. And second, if your project seems to have been worked on outside of the allotted time between 9 a.m. EST and 5 p.m. EST. Now how to submit on DevPost. So taking a look at the DevPost, this is how it looks. If you go right here to My Projects, now right now it doesn't show, but when submission time opens at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, here you'll be able to add your project, add your video link, and then submit your project right here. Now, make sure that you follow us and join the Discord. That's where we'll have the Q&A sessions. That's where we'll be posting all the updates along with the discussion tab, or the updates tab, sorry, here on the DevPost. And also make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. That is where we'll be live streaming all the guest speaker talks. All right, thank you for listening, and good luck to all of you coders for the hackathon. I'm very excited to see what projects you guys come up with. I'm super excited to see you all there. Thank you.